You know, in the age of social media and people becoming disillusioned with dating apps and really wanting to go out and meet someone the old fashioned way, we have seen, I think, a very steep incline of social media dating coaches. Not an incline of good ones, but I'm sure they do in fact exist.
That's it. That's my intro.
Hi, I'm Amanda, you're watching Swell Entertainment. Today we are talking about the worst dating coach on TikTok. There's a lot. There are some really bad ones. And there are some who aren't actually dating coaches, but they give dating advice. I am talking about someone who openly refers to themselves as a dating coach or a dating coach for men specifically. There's quite a few women dating coaches, I would say. There's also matchmakers and things like that. But this guy has just been infecting my For You page, and he's become kind of a punching bag, understandably, with what we're going to talk about. But I figured I would give him a real shot. You know, because I'm a woman, but I am bi and I am attracted to women. So maybe his dating coach videos for men will really just, reinvigorate my Riz game when it comes to the ladies. Maybe that's what I need, to take advice from a man who I would never let touch me with a 10-foot pole, Like maybe that's what I really need. But first, let me tell you about the sponsor for today's video, Squarespace. Have you ever wanted to build a website rating dog beds, fancy mustards, or even just an all-in-one platform like swellentertainment.com? Then Squarespace is the perfect place to get started. Squarespace has tons of flexible website templates, and using Fluid Engine, you can customize any part of them. You can run email campaigns, revamp, or start up your online store, even start selling custom merch, or just set up portfolios and galleries to show off your work. All on your own website using Squarespace. Go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/swellentertainment to get 10% off your first purchase of a domain or website. Again, that's squarespace.com/swellentertainment, and thank you again to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. So I paid $10 for the Alpha Doms dating class, so you don't have to. Now, you guys, if you are an OG Swell Entertainment viewer, you may remember way back in 2020 when I talked about the last massive dating coach that was on TikTok, Russell Hartley. Now, Russell Hartley does still make TikTok content. He kind of went off of my For You page for a while, but he recently started coming back on, and it seems like people have just forgotten that he was very open into, talking about having a roster and how women are like horses and you need to have different horses in your stable for your roster. Yeah, that whole comparison, people have apparently forgotten about that because now he makes content about how, of course women want someone with money because what are you going to offer to her otherwise? Because she's doing X, Y, and Z. So now he's like a champion of women, which I guess is growth, but I don't know what else he has done or changed or evolved since then. So we're going to leave him over there for now, okay? But at least with Russell Hartley, and this is the thing too, we're not talking about him, but Andrew Tate as well, okay? I can understand why guys look at Russell Hartley, look at Andrew Tate, and say, I need to take advice from this guy. I need to follow him. I don't like it, especially with the Andrew Tate things, but I can see the leap happening. I can see how you would see a guy who's put together, confident, muscular, whatever, okay, and be like, that guy must get women. The way he talks, he must be getting women because it's working on me. It must work on women. I must become this man. I can understand that intuitive leap. I cannot see that with Alpha Dom. I cannot see it with Alpha Dom at all, and I don't know why anyone would give this man money outside of it being a tax write-off for a YouTube video. So the video that everyone was stitching at the start that I think really put this guy on the map is from March 15th, earlier this month, at the time you're recording this, all right? And it's called, You Don't Always Have to Accept Her Rejection, is what's on screen. Now I'm going to screen record this because obviously he has downloads and stitches and duets off.
You do not have to accept her rejection. I'm a professional dating coach and I teach guys how to understand the female mind. Here's an example. I was talking to a girl and she said, I'm not really interested. And I, instead of just going, okay, and then just turning away, I did this. Why would you not be interested in me? I'm the best. Absolutely the best. And she's like, oh, how? I'm like, well, you'd have to come over in my house to find out. And you'd also have to be okay with kink, and you'd also have to be okay with my mastery of the ropes and the fact I have multiple women. And actually, maybe not. Maybe you wouldn't be the best for me. You want to know what I did with her later?
Side note, men, I know because of, everything going on with Me Too and things like that, guys are hesitant to, approach women, understand what's going on. I get that, okay? That being said, if a woman says she's not interested at all, and you do something like this is how you catch a case. Don't do what this guy is doing. She's not interested. If she's rejected the drink, if she's rejected the advance, easiest way to not catch a case is to just be like, have a good night, move along. But I'm really into her. Is she into you? That's the thing. That's what you're looking for. Is she into me? No? Cool. Because also this guy is lying through his teeth. Because what do you mean you just immediately start going into sex bondage and all this shit and talking about you have to be cool with all these other women? It's like you're just trying to buy her a drink or talk to her, and suddenly it's like, oh yeah, you'd have to be cool with being with kink and getting tied up and shit. You lost me because I think you're lying. Something also in this video that a lot of guys were pointing out. Guys specifically were like, I know for a fact you didn't take her home because no woman would let you touch her with the long ass fingernails you have on. I love the phrase professional dating coach. Would love to know what type of qualifications he has. But anyway, alpha dominance in dating, rise above the rest is the course. Cracking the alpha dating mind, unleash your true potential. Update from within the storm. Thanks, guys.
Over the past couple days, I've been getting a lot of hate, but I also made like $6,000, which is crazy. But also the amount of women that are following me and hitting me up, and then also the women that are asking to be my submissive is wild. So thank you for all you haters. You are obsessed. You're addicted to me. It's okay. I know you like me. Over the past
So I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. Picking up stuff in the background. The background is you're in a car. You're in a car. Not even a nice one. Like, at least, like, Andrew Tate's got, like, supercars and shit. What got me with that was the but also, and also, like, also I made, like, $6,000, so it's cool. So he's not making that from, like, the YouTube creator fund or anything. You do have to have 10K to be in that, and then also get I believe, 100,000 views or 250,000 views in the last 60 days or something like that in order to be into that. So I'm assuming he's getting it from his course. Here is the intro to his course that he is charging $10 for, okay? I can't wait to see if these are all filmed in his car, because you can't just set up a tripod. You can't just, it's clearly filmed on an iPhone or something. It's overexposed. It's, okay.
So first we want to thank you for buying the course, coming on in, showing that you actually are ready. We're at a place where you're ready to learn.
I'm speeding this up.
The house that I live in, the living room, but there's been a lot of traffic. I do have roommates there, unfortunately. So for now,
roommates.
I'm actually just starting, and I can't teach you guys like, hey, you need to start and apply things if I don't do it myself.
You don't take advice from someone who is not living the life or doing what you want to do at all. If you see someone that you do not look up to, admire, does not have something that you want, I don't recommend taking advice from that person, okay? Because to pay for a course and then it's like, oh yeah, I am working on implementing this at the same time. That's fine. Build yourself up while encouraging people to build themselves up as well. Don't charge $10 for it. Do it on YouTube. But that doesn't sell. So he has to sell it as, I already am this man. I'm already living this life. Then selling the course that way. I'm gonna read some of these lessons main page titles for you. Limiting belief intro, limiting belief all women are bad, limiting belief hoflation, limiting belief alpha, beta, sigma, dom, sub, identifying the alpha traits you already have, goal setting as an alpha, cocky, funny, how to use it, abundance and self-empowerment, do not tear others down, and yet seemingly everyone that you stitch and deal with, you seem to knock their appearance. Listen, I haven't really even openly said anything like how you don't look like you wash your hair or anything like that. Like, I've thought it. I haven't said it yet. Now I have. But, you know, let's go to the start here. Let's do limiting belief intro. Okay, let's see. Is he in his car? In his car, same shirt. Can you at least iron the shirt? Esteem. Wrinkle-free. That's all I'm saying. I love that he's seatbelted. He's buckled in, and he's parked. I just noticed that.
So I'm currently writing a book right now about
Dear God.
kind of the mental framework that needs to be done.
Speeding this up.
Kind of help you as a man to get to the right place. I think a lot of guys, when they go into video dating courses...
I'm a man. Again, the same thing I did when I did the anti-glasses masterclass. I'm not showing you details of the actual course because of copyright and things like that, but I need you to understand that there was just a jump cut, and now he has sunglasses on his head. Still buckled in. He drove to a new location because now there's a communication pole in the background. So he drove somewhere else to film the last minute and a half of this video.
Go into a dating program without doing this part, and it causes issues. If you've seen it in my TikTok videos, you've seen how I'm very against certain beliefs that red pill dating coaches give, or most of mainstream just masculinity gives, okay?
Why not just make the book if you're going to tell us about this book, but then, oh, I talked about this in this book, but the book doesn't exist yet. Like, just as a course goes, so far, again, just make a YouTube channel. I don't, what you say you have, which you do because this is all on YouTube. There's no editing. I see him starting and stopping the video.
A woman has to understand your dominance and your position in life and your frame.
What's so funny is he like openly speaks against red pill dating in a lot of these videos I'm finding. But then on his TikTok, he's like, okay, I'm just gonna go full that route because that brings people in. Let's go to the next lesson. All women are bad is this one. Hoflation. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Hoflation is the belief that when your grandmother, grandfather, or great-grandfather, great-grandmother were younger and they met.
Is he hotboxing? I think he's smoking in his car. Is he doing this all high? Oh, that would make so much more sense. Again, I love that he's buckled in. He's still buckled in. There's just smoke I can see in the corner of the screen.
Being able to do what I do outpaces money, outpaces looks, and everything else.
I just want to pause this and say that he said being able to do what I do with women outpaces money, outpaces looks every time. What you have demonstrated is just belittling women, really, or belittling their choices or who they are. There's another TikTok video he did where he says, she is just a character in my reality, which is a common thing in manifestation. I will say like, oh, I'm the character. This is my movie. Everyone else is a character in my story, which does not help with the individualism of like just society at this current point in time. But like, is that all you're saying you're doing? Is that like you're building your reality and that you don't see women as necessary? Because that's what I'm getting from your TikToks. And he hasn't really shown what he does exactly at this point. It's just limiting beliefs. We may have to skip ahead a little bit because, again, hoflation. The concept he's explaining here is that, yes, times have changed. Women have options now. And his whole thing is that if you just become me, then you don't have to worry about the hot guys or the rich guys because you'll be me, basically. Is what I'm getting so far. What him is, I don't know yet. Maybe he'll get there. Money, physical type, alpha, beta, sigma, dom, sub. I don't think I have it in me to listen to that. I'm going to be honest with you. First class women are rare. Nice guy, age. Let's go to mental frame, the mind prison for module 2. Wipe off your lens, sir. Please. Please wipe off your lens if you're going to film, at the very least. Like, this is painful. Age is the last limiting belief. He's in a neon yellow shirt or something, or orange shirt, I think. And it's so dark. He's in, is this the backseat of the car? I can't even tell. It's the same telephone pole in the back. He is buckled in still, okay? Different day, different video. He's in an orange shirt, okay? It is so dark in this car. There is no light whatsoever. Side note, if you film on your phone, you can film with the light on, by the way, on the back camera so that you have light when you're filming in your car. Buckle it in is still so funny to me.
Why does age not matter? Well, like I said, put it clear.
Obviously don't date minors. Thank you for the note. That's funny. He notices that in his TikTok comment sections, a lot of the people that are being like aggressive with him are men. He's realizing that. Which, yeah, absolutely. Guys, if you watch this, if you are repulsed by any of his content, you should say something. But he's not looking at the guys. He's looking at the women. Because, again, that's easy for him to take shots at. Because it's really easy for him to say, well, I wouldn't date you anyway. Thank God.
The interesting is there's some covert girls that maybe it's only the colored hair that gives you the sense that they might be unstable. But if you behave the way I do, you bust their balls, you're talky, but you also have a mixture of funny in there. You fucking don't give a fuck about them shit testing you. You push it right back and give it right back and then put them in their place. Do things like when a girl sits on your lap, just push her off and down, not now. Things like that, where you're playfully, you gotta have a balance. Can't just be straight up mean.
Can't be mean. You have a balance to be borderline rude and overly confident in yourself.
But mixing it in with funny. That's it.
And mixing it in with funny. Okay, I'm gonna try that.
It was a pipe dream. And I made sure that
I'm sorry. Okay, he has a coaching option, like a one-on-one coaching option. Apparently that is $3,000 a month, which is really funny to me for him to share that here. Because again, this is $10 a month. So at the very least, his whole other video where he's like, oh yeah, it's made $6,000 in the last couple of days. That could be 2 coaching clients, or it could be a bunch of purchases. More likely, he probably is lying and he didn't make six grand, but it's way less impressive when you realize he just sold 2 one-on-one coaching for guys, which is much more hands-on and way more work than, oh, I sold $6,000 worth of my course, you know, because he's already filmed this. Very different. I hate these. Okay, hang on, let me go back. Let's find another module. Identifying the alpha traits you already have. Let's do it. Let's find out what alpha traits I have, you guys. Oh, he's in a different spot in the car. Same shirt though, new spot. Not buckled in.
You're going to go
As far as a course goes, I don't even think this is worth $10. Because, like, so much of this, there are YouTube videos available for free about. How can I get better at talking with women? I'll literally Google that right now. How to talk to an attractive girl, never run out of things to say. 3 ways to get better at talking to girls, people in general. My point is, overall, these videos are not well made, okay? They are not well shot. They are not well edited. He doesn't even look put together or like he put time into doing them. In some instances, like in one he just said, hold on, I have a teleprompter for this, which I'm assuming is like notes on his phone or something with like the beats he's supposed to hit. So even then, like it's like, okay, there's things I need to remember. And someone's gonna be like, Amanda, that's really mean that you're like criticizing his like filming setup, or like, oh, not all of us can be professional YouTubers or something like that. You're right. Not everyone can be, okay? But this is a guy putting himself on a pedestal, claiming to be a professional dating coach, professional men's dating coach, selling what he says is a professional course, okay? So, hey, if you believe in this course, if you believe in the information, you will believe in the care and time it takes to put time into the presentation of it. That means not being in your car when you're filming it. If you just have to get the information out there, then you put it on YouTube, you put it on TikTok. You don't put it behind a paywall of a mediocrely produced course, okay? You just don't. But that doesn't make enough money. He's probably not monetized on YouTube. Let's check his YouTube channel. Let's see. Alpha Dom 1C is what he goes by. I help 6- and 7-figure business owners with dating. Really? Because if that was the case, I think you would have the money for production value. You would have the money to not be filming in a car because you have roommates. I don't believe you. I just don't. 1.6K subscribers, 500,000 views, 505 videos. So he could be monetized. I don't know. It looks like he's just re-uploading a lot of his TikToks. This is from 3 months ago, 672 views. It says, the haters said Alpha Dom gets no girls. Someone tied up, but he was just waiting. I think this is Brat. Women in bondage. Coming on New Year's Eve, the new Alpha Dom way. Okay, I don't even think that can be on YouTube. 0 comments, yeah, I bet. The rest of the course, let's see, what's another one here? Oh, here's the rejection one. Let's see, I can't wait.
It's a huge part of mental frame. You have to get it under control if you want to ever get God tier at dating. If you ever want to.
God tier at dating. So like I said, all these are filmed in the car, as far as I can tell, okay? And this one, I think he fully just got into the car to film this bit because the light that's like the door activated light inside the car is on for the first 30 seconds of the video and then slowly goes out because the door has been closed.
I'm most person okay?
Even me, I faced rejection, he says. See, this rejection one is much more like, hey, just be gentle with yourself. Rejection happens. Everyone gets faced rejection. I faced rejection versus his rejection video on TikTok, which is much more inflammatory of, you don't need to accept her rejection. It's funny because he acknowledges that a lot of the men, the people that are criticizing him are men. But then on here, he's much more almost coddling with the men that are paying to, you know, see this. It's interesting. I don't know what that says, but I just want to make that note because I thought it was interesting. Like even just like, oh, maybe the communication module will probably only be 3 lessons. Maybe 3. Am I at 2? I might be at 3. Maybe I'm at 3 now. Might be 3. Dude, script it or cut it or something, okay? This is a course you're selling for money. Have some care. God. Like at least Jake Paul deleted his financial freedom movement, but the videos he was in, he actually had like a production value to those things at the very least when he was telling kids to not go to college and instead join the financial freedom movement with him. I may have to go back and actually listen to the Alpha Sub body language pacifying behavior because I'm finding it very interesting that he really hasn't mentioned his 6 women, or that he has 6 women at all. He hasn't mentioned Brat that I can see. So we'll go back and watch that section. Body language is something that a lot of dating coaches and like, you know, pickup artists talk about. Like, oh, if you understand a woman's body language, you can totally convince her that you're like the one and all this stuff. That's not surprising to me whatsoever. Oh, he combed his hair for this one. That's nice.
Body language.
I don't even think the course is complete because I think he just stopped recording.
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? It's time to talk about the sea.
I'm sorry, did he just... Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? It's time to talk about deceit, boys. Are you calling SpongeBob a liar? Why'd you do that? I'm gonna go back to the Alpha, because I want to see if he talks about his subs, just at all. Because it's interesting that, like, you would bring them online publicly and have them deal with that publicly. but then yet not mention them in this protected by a paywall course.
90% of the time, the person that identifies as a Sigma doesn't have any accomplishments. They have the mind correctly, but they have no outwardly manifestations of it, okay?
No one identifies as a Sigma, like chooses to be a Sigma male, truly. No one wants to be a beta either. It's just a stupid thing.
Yeah, I will show you why. When somebody ever says, like, the people have to say they're alpha aren't alpha, I type girls, I snake them, I grab their cons, I put clothespins on their fucking clit, I fucking slap them in the face, all this stuff. It's all consensual, right? Like, I'm not just like fucking around, like rearing off and fucking in here, that's not happening. But I gotta tell you, the girls that scream the loudest about how men shouldn't be dominant fucking can't even fucking try to resist the effect that a dominant man
I skipped ahead and just went right into that. Sorry to stare into the camera like that, but I was like skipping ahead again, trying to see if he would talk about his actual submissives that he claims he has. The 6 women he claims he has. The ones he claims to show on his page. Okay, brat at the very least. And he doesn't. Instead, he's like, no, this is what I do to women. Jeez. All consensually, of course. Yeah, I should fucking hope so. Okay, otherwise, you're not showing us your home because you've got women, locked up in the basement. I think what you wanted to do with this is that you want to write a book. You keep mentioning the book. I think you wanted a book, but you can't write that right away. Okay, writing a book is hard. Okay, so this is you doing a verbal video outline of what you want in the book. Okay, because this is all over the place. Because how does your course end with body language detecting deceit? I think you wanted to write a book, but that takes time, okay? And you can't make money from that right away. You can make money from this right away as you're uploading it. Side note, I'm not a fan of courses at all, okay? But if you're gonna do a course, have it be done before you start selling it. Because you clearly sold some people access to this course when you probably had just the intro up, is my guess. If you're gonna make a course, at least make it good, okay? At least the production value. Make it look like you care if you're not gonna give like good, valuable information. The information you're giving, for the most part, is not bad, but it's not information that I could only get from you, male or otherwise. Most of this, the body language stuff, you can get from that one body language expert on YouTube, and that might be where this guy is getting this from. Module 3, communication, active listening, literally tons of YouTubes about this, tons of books about this. He references books as well. This is just compiling everything in the messiest way possible. I don't think it's worth $10. I don't think it's worth $30, okay? I'm so curious what your coaching is, but I don't think I could get away with pretending to be Adam Golka on that one. Yeah, the AI image of you is just, the facial balancing they did on you is insane. Okay, hold on. Here is his about page as well on his thing. Alpha Dom is considered the pinnacle of dating expertise. By who? At the age of 16, he realized his shortcomings in the dating realm. Everyone does at 16. Experiencing friend zones and instances of infidelity. Rather than blaming women, he took a realistic approach and embarked on a quest to uncover the ultimate code to successful dating. I think that's where you're getting the men that you're getting, is you claim that you're not blaming women. You're claiming to be different than these, far right, red pill guys that are like, oh, women are the problem and all this stuff. But then in your TikTok, that's who you're appealing to, is those red pilled guys. Like, oh yeah, women are the problem. They're too stupid to realize what I'm doing. They don't get that, like, they just don't want me yet. I need to show them that they want me. Forget their rejection. She just doesn't know that I'm the prize, that I'm the winner. So it's interesting that you like really go home with this and then you show something completely different in your advertising. Fascinating. Just an interesting little note I want to make. On a quest to uncover the ultimate code to successful dating. After extensive study and research into various dating methods, he isolated the code that generates immense attraction. He hasn't shown how to generate attraction yet, by the way, really. He probably talks about it a little bit in the cocky funny one, just a bit, but nothing crazy, nothing concise. Alpha Dom discovered how to wield power over women, driving them to a state of obsession and making them prioritize him above all else. He became the ultimate selector. We're getting so much counterintuitive statements in this. Not blaming women, but then also, I am the ultimate selector. They prioritize me. So you're basically trying to say that you were blaming women because women were clearly the problem, and not that you were choosing the wrong people, dating the wrong people. It wasn't that you were interested in the wrong people. No, it's I didn't have the code yet to make them obsessed with me because women were the problem, but I didn't know how to fix the problem yet. Now I can fix the problem, which is women. Over a span of 15 years, he honed his strategies to decimate his competition. Along the way, he recognized the significance of assisting other men in achieving what he had accomplished. It became apparent that by helping men enhance their influence over women, he not only helped them fulfill their desires, but also answered women's prayers to meet a man like him. God's gift to women, truly. He shared his knowledge to make the world a better place, demonstrating to both men and women that their fantasies could become reality. Alpha Dom became the epitome of dating expertise, teaching methods and techniques that were unmatched by anyone else. Now, you stand face to face with a dating legend. How come I'd never heard of you prior to you making cringy, insane videos on TikTok? If you're a dating legend. The choice is yours. Do you allow yourself to reach your potential, or do you let him help the next person? So what will it be? What? The giant photo of you and then the tiny .11 font down at the bottom. Just insane. Discord, I'm so excited. But Alpha Dom, you say how you didn't do anything sexual with your ex-wife until you got married. Now Corinthians says that dating is only for those old enough for marriage. And also Corinthians mentions even premarital passion. So wait, he was married? Girls had either friend-zoned me, or I had one girlfriend when I was 16 that was long distance that cheated. That's what my about me is talking about. Instead of getting mad like most men are giving up, I started to better myself at 16. Glad I did, because I see what most men are, and they should have done something similar. Wait, but you were married. Taught by a few courses and mentors. By the time I was 19, I was working in a professional BDSM studio as a rigger. After that, I switched to just personal, went to a few events in other places, and realized how unsafe and out of touch the kink community is as a whole. Started meeting more women into kink and realized that their view of kink community was like mine. That it was more of a creepy cult than the best way to learn kink. So pulling outside of the community of kink because kink was like a cult, what? Talks way more about his women in the Discord, obviously. I'm not going into detail on some of this just because it's excessive. For all the people that haven't bought in to see what I actually have accomplished, I mean, there's just 2 photos of women. That's it. It's from September and then now. Yeah, I just don't think there's something good there about saying the entirety of the kink community is like power hungry occult vibes. He keeps using the phrase occult. Not like cult, a cult. Anyways, I'm gonna end this here. That's really it. I vote not buying the course. That's my vote. Just because, at the very least, I think if he cared more, he would put more attention into the course, okay? Also, again, this filming in your car. How hard is it to film against a blank wall in your room at the place that you have roommates at? You clearly have no problem filming your sexual escapades in what looks like a living room of some sort, but you can't film your dating course videos for like a day or so to get your course updated in like a video backdrop that's not filming in horrible lighting at a horrible angle in your car in various shirts. Also, steam your shirts if you're gonna wear a button-up shirt. Like the first shirt you're wearing, I tolerate, because yes, it's wrinkled, but at least it's a button-up shirt. You're wearing a Samsung t-shirt and what looks like golfing tees the rest of the time. The lack of care at the very least tells me that like you don't believe in what you're sharing, or at least feel passionate enough to teach people in this regard. He turned off stitches, but people aren't stitching him. They're like, claiming the video, downloading the video, and then re-uploading it. That's what people are doing so they can stitch his videos. But I'm just kind of over it. I don't want to keep seeing his face. At least he comes across a little more convincing. He's all over the place in his course, but at least he comes off as more convincing. But he's not, again, talking about the women in his videos, really, aside from that one clip that you heard, where he just goes through everything he does to women. But at least there's a slight more... Confidence isn't the word. I guess believability would be the word than what he's doing on TikTok. That's really going to be it. Are you an alpha? Do you identify as part of the alpha dom? Do you believe the kink community is the occult? I'm sorry, I can't get over that. Not a cult, the occult. Fascinating way to do that. Let me know. Comment down below. Reminder, I stream on Twitch. Reminder to use code SWELL for 10% off on gamer subs. Reminder that Swell Entertainment is now available on Spotify. Shout out to my patrons. Thank you so much for supporting my Patreon. If you'd also like to support my Patreon, link is down below. Like to follow me on social media. That'll be all up here. And that's going to be have a lovely day. Goodbye. Logan Paul did some more risque stuff on his Maverick Club membership, okay, behind that paywall. Instead, he doesn't have any risque stuff really on his course. He has it just on his YouTube channel of women tied up in bondage. Fascinating. Thank you, Oz, Eva, Ayana, Abby, Angel, Goth, Glenn, Palace, Pink, Jasmine, Lauren, Amy, Aslan, Medic, Rosie, Victor, Andrew, Tenzin, Sam, Mae West, Michael, Ryan, Adira, Nathan, Zwink, Literal, Jeffrey, Randy, QWERTY, Nomad, Thomas, Tasha, Donnie, Winter, Kenny, Robert, Cameron, Elliott.